In today's video, I'm going to talk about the advice that I wish I knew 20 years ago. I'm going to share 9 of the insights with you. On my channel, you're going to find self-development content, guided meditation and affirmation recordings, and healthy plant-based recipes. So let's get started. First up is actually taking the advice that you give everyone and actually applying it for yourself. So it's kind of like practicing what you preach, but not really. I feel like practicing what you preach is a little connected to being a hypocrite where oh, people should do this, but you don't do it yourself. No. I mean it's more like you are being super supportive, like you're being the cheerleader of everybody else in your life, from your family, friends, colleagues, and you're like, yes, you can do it. You can run that marathon, you can do it. And then for some reason, you just can't seem to apply that same advice and support to yourself. So honestly, I swear, I'm not joking, genuinely, I think this is the main piece of advice that has changed my entire life. Because when I became a parent, and when you have kids, for some reason, this becomes really amplified. Every single day as a parent, you are being put in situations and positions where you are found to have to set a good example for your child. So for example, if you want to ask for something from a stranger, your kid will look at you and say, oh, I'm too shy. I'm too shy to go up to them. And you're like, no, mama, come on. There's nothing to be shy about. It's okay. You can go speak to them and ask them for whatever, the chair. And then they're just looking at you with those puppy eyes and they're like, but I'm so shy and I can't do it. And you're like, okay, so then I have to do it, even though you're also feeling a bit shy to go up and speak to the stranger. But you have to muster the courage to actually do it yourself. Since I became a parent, I think that's what has helped me improve and just really become courageous and do the things that I feel like are good by me, is when I found myself in situations where I should practice what I preach, in a sense. I found myself for example, when I picked up paddle, I don't know, maybe a year ago. It was a new sport. I've never really played sports before. I'll go to the gym and lift and do different classes, but never in sport. I did a few sessions with a coach. It was great. I enjoyed it. Then I went on to play with a random group of women. You get shuffled with random people and you play the game. And it's all levels. So you're not all beginners. Some are beginners, some are a bit more advanced, and so on. In the beginning, honestly, I was gonna quit. I was still a beginner. I was still trying to figure it out. And there were people there that have been playing for a while. And I understand that it might be frustrating to be matched with somebody who's not your level, but that specific one is for all levels, right? So if you're a specific level and you want to only play with your level, you should go to the ones that only have your level. But that one is it's mix and match. It's nice. So you can really be able to learn from others and get better at being a team member and all that sort of stuff. Me and others had felt not welcome and felt intimidated and felt uncomfortable because they were made to feel by others who were a bit more advanced that they sucked, right? And I promise you, I would go and I would have really sweaty palms because I was nervous before it would start, because you're constantly being matched with someone and you're shuffled for an hour and a half. And you're so nervous, you're so nervous with who you're gonna, are they gonna be nice? Are they gonna be mean? Who are you gonna be up against? And it was so much pressure, and I was gonna quit. I was honestly, I have too much stress in my life. I don't need to proactively go pay for an activity to do something that I'm then gonna feel even more stressed. This is supposed to be fun. This is a workout. This is supposed to be for enjoyment. Why am I doing this to myself? I kid you not, honestly, I was so close to quitting. And the only thing that kept me going was literally me thinking and speaking to myself, okay, this is something that I learned now to do, is I'm speaking to myself as if I'm speaking to my child or speaking to a friend who is in that situation, and giving them that pep talk. I'm are you gonna quit? Are you gonna let people make you feel inferior? Are you gonna let them, because of the hurtful things that they're saying, or the way they're making you feel unwelcome? At this age, you're a grown woman, you have children, for God's sake. Are you really gonna quit because of this? Or are you gonna suck it up? Or are you gonna, you want to get better? You need to practice more. You need to do this. Get with it. And I literally completely gave myself a pep talk, and I kept going and I kept going, and I did get better with time. And I started to do also some other coaching sessions where I would learn. The kind of people also kept changing that would come to these things, and they became really much nicer group of women as well. It's not always perfect. Sometimes you'll meet weirdos, people that are a bit not nice, but 99.9% of the people that I now actually come across are really, really nice people. So I would have given up meeting all these nice people, interacting with all these really sweet people, because a few of them decided to be unwelcoming. It's not even about being sensitive. I think many have experienced that, and many people stopped coming because of it. And the fact that I stuck it out, I really feel so proud of myself for not giving up. And obviously, if it was an environment that was a negative environment that I no longer felt comfortable going to, I would have stopped and gone somewhere else. But I gave it time, and I didn't give up on myself, and I didn't give up on a sport that I enjoyed. That same week, my son exactly felt something similar when he went to his football, where he didn't get player of the day or whatever, and he felt like it wasn't good, and had this whole pep talk with him. And I'm I'm such a hypocrite. Like if I'm sitting there dishing it out to like all these people, whether it's my children or whatever, and I'm not applying it to myself, like who am I? Like I need to find the courage to actually do the work, do the hard, like what is hard, but what is good by me. I think like since then, it's literally helped me like with my career, it's helped me with my relationships, with friends. If there's anything from the 9 things that I'm sharing with you in this video, this is it. This is probably the ultimate thing that I live by and that has changed everything for me. Number 2 is never stop learning. I wish I knew that learning wasn't just for school and university. Oh my God. Honestly, 20 years later, after I've graduated from university, and only in the last few years have I started to like, proactively study, and the amount of courses that I've signed up for and the coaching sessions that I've done and the books that I'm reading. Like, I wish I never stopped. Like, I wish I've always made time for that. First of all, for several reasons. One is because we should never stop learning. Like we should always be learning every single day about the things that interest us. Where in the system is that not engraved in us? I look around me and most people don't proactively learn. I think now it's become a bit more common where you see people are like signing up for certifications or becoming yogis or like doing different things, which is amazing. But like, I wish I didn't stop doing that 20 years ago. Like I wish throughout these 20 last years, I had continued to do that, how my life would have been so different and more fruitful, And another thing I want to say about this is like, first of all, you change. Like you change, you evolve with time. So if you're constantly learning, you're constantly feeding your brain, or you're giving fuel to your soul as you change and evolve in the life's experiences that makes you more engaged, more motivated, more interested, more excited about life, more like happier. It would have also made me go on more adventures and more experiences that were an extension of the things that I was interested in. Learn something new every single day in any capacity and any format that interests you. Books, courses, go back to university, learn a new hobby, do something that you find interested in, and it only gets you closer and closer to find out who you really are and what interests you and what ignites your fire. Number 3 is embrace self-love and set boundaries. I wish I had cultivated more self-love. I wish I was spending more time with myself. I wish I wasn't constantly distracting myself by always doing things like working, traveling, being with people, being around people. Like I love being productive and doing things with meaning, but it's also like I wish I had more time for myself, like more alone time, reading more books that I enjoyed. I wish I was practicing gratitude. I wish I was meditating. I wish I was setting more boundaries with people. I wish I was saying no to more things. I think when you do that, you are respecting yourself because you know what your worth is. Health. I wish I was looking more after my health. Like I don't regret partying and like staying up late and enjoying life and traveling and being like a free spirit. I still am that person a little bit sometimes, but I'm a lot more structured these days. But what I mean is like, I wish I cared more about my sleep. Like, it doesn't mean that I regret or I wish I'd partied less. No, like I was happy to do all these things and that's part of my earlier years and I love it and I enjoy it and I wouldn't take it back for the world. But I wish I really understood the benefits of getting a good night's sleep more regularly, being a bit more consistent with my routine, because it just makes everything so clear and like it gives you more clarity and it brings you closer to making better decisions, being more focused, able to control your mood in a better way because you're more rested and relaxed. Number 5 is knowing that it is very possible to start new positive habits and break old bad habits. I wish I really knew that there were like all these techniques and things that you can really apply in a practical way, in an easy way, in a proven methods way that now I have come to learn about, which would have given me more power and control over the things that I wanted to like shake off and the things that I wanted to adopt. So it's very empowering. Like I wish I knew that a lot of these things were really at arm's reach. Like working out, like all my life I never used to work out. And I just thought I was just not that kind of a person. Like I wish I was. I tried here and there and I just was not cut out. Like there are people that like to work out and people that don't. And that's not true. It's all about building those habits in. It's about finding maybe the workouts that you enjoy and that suit your personality. I wish I had listened to my inner voice. I swear I can look back now in so many situations where my inner voice was telling me something. Like it was pointing in the direction. It was there. The voice was there. It was like in here. It was telling me like, do this or don't do that. Don't do it. And I never listened, or I didn't listen a lot of times. I don't know why I suppressed it. I don't know why. Maybe because it would have required to be more courageous, to follow through. listen to your inner voice. You really know, you really do have a lot of the answers inside. It's like, sorry, when you go to a therapist and a counselor, which are amazing and highly recommend, but what do they really do? They don't really give you the answers. They just help you figure out the answers for yourself, or come to the realization that you know the answer. That's what it is. Like, listen to what's telling you. And for you to be connected more to that inner voice, I think living in a holistically healthy way really helps, because when you've got a good night's sleep, when you're eating well, when you're spending time with yourself, when you're practicing self-love, when you're doing all these things, it will bring you more alignment to that inner voice, right? But if you're constantly busy and occupied and distracted, you're not allowing room for that inner voice to speak to you. You're suppressing it a bit. So one way to really bring it to life and to surface is to really apply all the things that we know that are good for us, and that really does help us communicate better with and listen more to our inner voice. Number 7 is, I wish I was working out at an earlier stage. It's not even about the physical fitness, which of course is super important, but it really is about this, like my mental health. I swear, like today, when I first started to work out, is because I was pregnant and I started to gain weight, and I had stopped my job in the corporate world, so I wasn't really moving around. So I started to work out with a personal trainer to start, because I noticed like my body is changing, And today I work out obviously because I want to stay fit, but also I swear it's probably 50% or even more, 60% is for my mental health and well-being, and being proactive and really looking after my well-being emotionally and psychologically. Like the benefits that you get from a workout is like amazing. Like really, it is so addictive in a good way. You can't live without, because it's just really helping you let go of any tension in your body that you're experiencing and just let it all out, and like just start your day on a good note. Number 8 is having more faith. Whatever is meant to be is meant to be. Bad experiences that I would have experienced, or things that working out in my favor, like not getting a job, or things happening, even like sad things that might happen in our lives, are in our best interest. Like, just having faith in the process, not being in such a rush to want to get things ASAP, and like wanting to succeed immediately, thinking that this dream job that you've applied for that you didn't get is so bad. Not forget, like, just maybe it's actually in your best interest, because it's so good. It's like this tempting fruit that you really wanted to grab, but actually in the long term, maybe it wouldn't have worked out. Maybe it wasn't in your best interest. Maybe if you had been there, you would have never let go of that job or whatever, to then have discovered yourself and pursued something else in your life. Things happen for a reason. Even the things that maybe we think that we want that don't work out in our favor, maybe it is in our favor in the grand scheme of things. Number 9, and the last one, is I wish I wasn't so hard on myself. My God, like if I say something that I wish I didn't say, like that was out of line, or that was, maybe I say something that I said too much, or oh my God, like maybe I said something that hurt the person, or maybe they would misunderstand it and take it the wrong way or whatever, like, and I'll beat myself over it for so long, or being so hard on myself when I didn't do the workout that I set myself out to do. I wish I was kinder to myself, like kindness, like I wish I was just really like kinder, like I was as kind to myself that I was to others, or had the intention of being with others, is to do it to myself. As I'm saying this, it brings back so many memories and so many situations that I'm thinking about this applies to. So yeah, that wraps up my 9 things. I hope you found it useful, and I am sure that some of them probably resonate. Please comment below with any of your advice that you wish you knew 20 years ago. I'd love to read it. I'd love to learn from you, and I'm sure the others reading it will also benefit from it. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe for more personal growth and self-development content. Don't forget, every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.